Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I know that we as black folks, oftentimes there are certain brands that we attach ourselves to, that we feel very strongly about, oftentimes that we don't own or create or control. And as far as you all being entertainers and being in front of the camera and being influencers in your own right, do you take into account brands that you represent or choose not to represent or choose to wear or not, depending on how they may interact or treat folks in our community?
You gonna ask me that while I got the Gucci's on?
Well, you got are those the Gucci's
Burn them! Burn them! Burn them! Oh, they Pradas.
on? Oh, are they Prada? No,
Still burn!
That you say.
I don't care. But
No, go ahead.
we are going to support our black entrepreneurs that's making, like I already talked to my brother backstage, I kind of feel those. So whatever he has, I'm going to buy. And what killed me about this particular sketch is that the Air Jeromes and what was the other one? The
Flight Jenkins.
The Flight Jenkins.
Flight Jenkins. They hot, man.
They hot, brother. But when I first thought of it, I thought about the Jordans. Mm-hmm. And I'm a young man that grew up wearing Jordans, and I remember the media, people are getting killed over Jordan sneakers and things of that nature, and we would see that in our inner cities, and it kind of rips you to your soul. But at the end of the day, you have Michael Jordan, this man that has inspired so many basketball players, their careers, and has brought a lot of philanthropy and money to our communities. So it starts tearing you, you know what I mean? Like, oh, at one point people are killing people over his sneakers. Should he be judged for that because his sneakers are at a high price point? When I bought these joints at thousands of dollars too, I think that our integrity should be individual, and we shouldn't look at things as one monolithic thing, because we could actually start tearing down brothers that have actually paved the way for us.
I'm a true supporter of black-owned businesses, and I feel like we don't have the opportunity to have that like product placement, because me as a startup, I can't afford to send free product to this celebrity, this celebrity, this celebrity. But Gucci, Prada, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, whatever, they can afford to send a free shoe, send a free shoe here and there. We have to really understand the support. It's not just, oh, send me that shit, I'm gonna post that shit. It's like, yo, let me buy that. Let me put some money in that entrepreneur's pocket, because the only black-owned brand that I know that has started off black, was supported by black, and stayed black is FUBU. And I feel like, yo, if my shoes can replace Gucci and Louis Vuitton, but I can't do it without y'all, because we have the money, but we spend the most, but we make the least. So it's like, yo, you have to understand that.
And that's why, for me, it's like, obviously, I naturally gonna go by style and what you like the most, but I'm always like, can you at least bring me the option of some black-owned designers, just so I may be able to put someone else in a position for more people to buy their product. So that's why I'm always like, okay, well, how can I mix it in? Maybe my necklace, maybe my earrings, maybe even if it's just my rings, and then I tag them, and who knows how far it can go.
When we do buy black, we should be willing to invest. To me, because we know that is an investment. We know that this brother's an entrepreneur. We know how usually our businesses don't make it past 3 to 5 years. So perhaps I can tip you on this, because I know that he has to do certain things where he has to do giveaways and he has to be places and put up signage and all of that. I think that's important too, as far as the celebrities or the actors or entertainers that are using this and putting it, in the forefront.
When you're talking about choosing to buy a Gucci brand or a Prada brand, the prescribed value that we give to what that represents, what that name represents, whether it be the same quality or not, when it comes to, I think, be it some of these brands that people, I think, associate with European designers and an elite European aesthetic, and will almost automatically put that above something that is created by one of our own. And that's.
But we, as individuals, we devalue our own brands in the beginning. So like, if I say, oh, my shoes cost $300, they're like, oh, why they cost so much? Like they can't compare to Gucci. And it's like, I just started 2 years ago, so my shoes won't compare from like brand recognition with Gucci, but the quality for sure, because you can. Like, people don't understand that you can have a brand, and like the brand name has gained so much value. You can have a product made in China and shipped to Italy that have a button put on it, and then you can charge $1,000 for that shit. But if a black man comes out with a t-shirt that he really started from scratch and he sold that shit and he say, oh, this shit $300, you can be like, oh, can I get a discount or hook a brother up? So we have to understand that what we put into, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into my shoes. So when you wear my shoes, you're wearing more than a shoe. You're wearing my mom that passed away. She invested in this business. You're wearing the stuff I had to go through, like the negatives in my bank account, all that. Like, understand the value of a product is more than just, oh, that's a nice shoe. It's made. It's like, oh, what did this person go through to get to this point where he has this shoe? So we have to like focus, shift our mindset, and start thinking about generational wealth and Black Wall Street and how can I reinvest in my community and build something for my kids that come after me. So that's what I'm doing, you know.
What you're talking about is really a recipe for a mixture of self-love and economic empowerment.
Take somebody like myself, you know, to take that risk because I have people of other colors looking at my brand like, oh, that's not for me. Like a white man might look at my brand like, oh, that brand's not for me because you have a lot of black models. And it's like, but if you look at Nike, Lauren James, Lululemon, you see all white people. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go buy that shit. And it's like, it's not for you. Like if you look at I got a polo shirt on, but I got this from TJ Maxx. I'm not gonna go pay full price for it, but you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, I'm not gonna pay full price for your shit because I go in dealers, I see an ad for polo. It's like white men living the life, and it's like, I'm not racist at all. I love all races, but I understand that my people need more attention, more support because we were set back. When our shit got burnt down to the ground, they built so much, but we forget about that because we couldn't go to these brands and shop, but now we get the access to it, and now we all high and mighty, and they send our people we look up to for like free product. We're like, oh shit, I want to be like LeBron, I want to be like Lil Yachty, I want to be like this because they wearing it. It's like, yo, you got to understand that is branding, and black-owned businesses can't really get to that point yet because cash flow. Like we ain't got the support from y'all, so we can't get to that point. So if y'all start to support us, like I don't understand how we make the least but spend the most. Like we in the negatives as a community. We're always enslaved until we're financially free, and we're nowhere near that shit. And I'm striving for us to become financially free through like supporting our own shit and having our own stuff. So that's like period.
Yeah.